What is good, YouTube? Quinway coming to y'all with another video. We're going to talk about Jordan Clarkson agreeing to a 4-year, $52 million deal with the Jazz and them bringing back Derrick Favors for a 3-year, $30 million deal. I don't have problems with either one of these contracts. I feel like Jordan Clarkson was essential to their team as they lacked a pop off their bench. He was able to give them floor spacing from time to time, a guy that can create off the dribble, and he actually worked. Ain't like they traded for him and he didn't work or he didn't fit or he was disgruntled. He did exactly what they needed him to do, and I feel like he filled that role. And you're not committing too much money to him because you're giving him this over 4 years. So, in my personal opinion, 4 year, $52 million is not bad for Jordan Clarkson. And Jordan Clarkson has a game that can age well because he can score in multiple ways, and he already accepts being a bench player. And I feel like he did a good job getting a long-term commitment while also getting a decent amount of money per year. And I do feel like he is a good fit in Utah. I felt like that when he got to Utah, and he basically proved me right. And he did exactly what I thought he would do. And I feel like he was one of their better players, not just coming off the bench, just in general. And it helped when Mike Conley and them was struggling to jail, and Mike Conley really couldn't make a basket at one point until the season started ending. And Clarkson was able to give them that punch, whether he played the one or the two. And even though he's not a great defender, you're not asking him to do that because he's not a starter. He's only coming in to fuel and get them 15, 16 points, and sometimes a 20, 25 point game, and possibly 30. And he served and did exactly. You thought Moutier would be able to do it, but Clarkson was able to solve that problem for him. Derrick Favors, on the other hand, he just got to stay healthy. I think that that's the key for him. $10 million a year isn't bad for a backup center, and he is a guy that played within this system, understands the schemes and the play style. Plus, he still can rebound, and he was a solid defender for the Pelicans when he was down there. And you do need a backup for Gobert. Gobert, to me, is still the best defensive center in the league, and I haven't really even thought about changing that mindset and having a guy that can give you some type of interior defense if he goes down, or even for 15 to 25 minutes without paying a heavy cost for doing it. You can't really blame the Jazz for scooping up both of these guys. So with this being done, they didn't get significantly better, but I also look at the Jazz as a team that didn't get worse. And that's going to depend on how their season is going to go, because the Mike Conley trade didn't work as well as people thought, but it did get technically better as the season ended and going through the bubble. Now they have to figure out what direction they're going to go in, as Donovan Mitchell will eventually be eligible to get paid. And that's when things get ugly, because this duo of him and Gobert hasn't been able to get them even to the Western Conference Finals. And that's really going to determine if they're going to keep them together. They had a clash, they had a disagreement. I do think that still damages the relationship. I do think that damaged them as partners, but they still got to go out there and compete, and they're still one of the best duos in the league when healthy and on both sides of the court from time to time. It just will be, how will they get over the hump and be an actual contender? A lot of people thought Mike Conley could do that. Maybe another full season and understanding of the system and his role can help them. But this is a team that you look at, can they be a 4 or 5 seed again this year in the West? And even if they can't, they might be the 6th, 7th, or 8th. I still do think they're going to be competitive. I still do think that they're good. And I still do think they ain't get worse. But they also didn't improve significantly, and they wasn't even a contender last year. If I'm a Jazz fan, I'm looking at that, and I'm a little skeptical about the future of this team as this duo continue to age and as they continue, to play together. So just keep that in the back of your mind if you're a Jazz fan, and also understand that they did what they could to try to get over that hump. Now it's just about trying to figure out what's the next move that they will have to make to get there, when they capped out almost, or basically there at this point. And they really don't have a huge way to get significantly better And even if they do, would they make them championship contenders, which they're trying to be? That's going to be the thing to look out for. And that's something to keep on the back of your mind if you're a Jazz fan. Other than that, check out my Facebook page and my website, and also um, my Spreadshirt. You can buy merchandise on my Facebook and Spreadshirt. Also, like and share. That continues to help the channel grow. Also, continue to comment because I read them and I do enjoy seeing what you guys think. Other than that, I'm going to come back with the next video.